Good afternoon to you and warm welcome to ACD Hot right here on Active Citizens. My name is Ifoma Oji and you know what time it is. It is that time of the day, which is afternoon, where we bring you hot trending stories in the internet, making waves, in the internet. I won't be doing this alone. I am presently in the studio with two beautiful ladies, Sharon and Mchupu. Good afternoon, Sharon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
Well.
How was your weekend?
Great.
All right. I'm equally joined in the studio by Genevieve Okeke. Good afternoon, Genevieve.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm very
You look
fine.
good.
Thank you.
All right, let's move straight to the stories making waves on social media. U.S. President Donald Trump, in a recent commentary reported by Punch newspaper on 23rd November 2025, accused the Nigerian government of doing nothing to stop the ongoing killings across the country. Trump referenced repeated attacks by terrorists, bandits and extremist groups, saying the scale of violence is unacceptable and signals a failure of leadership. Now, this is coming at a time when Nigerians are already questioning the government's capacity to secure its citizens, from the recent Kebbi and Kwara abductions to the continuous assaults on rural communities in the north. The presidency has yet to issue a formal response, but many Nigerians on social media expressed mixed reactions. Some agreed that the criticism reflects global frustration over Nigerians' worsening insecurity, while others argued that Trump may be exploiting Nigerian situations for political points. Now, over the weekend, we had good news actually, that the abducted Kwara State members, CAC members, that is Christ Apostolic Church, were rescued during the weekend, and it was more like at least we received wonderful news. We saw them returning from a van, and it was beautiful to see. We equally discussed that this morning, and we saw a video during the weekend where the IG of police, in the person of Botokun, he was saying that these criminals, that because of the fact that they submitted themselves, they surrendered, that they weren't apprehended. I would want us to take a look at the video, and when we come back, we'll have more discussion on the topic.
Bandits coming out for peace deals, and you want to know what my reaction is to that. Criminals who want to embrace peace, we won't shut the doors to them. If they want to surrender, they are welcome. But that does not mean that we are going to relax on our onslaught on them. Question 2 from Adewale Kehinde, Swift Reporter. You want to know what we are doing about attacks on our men. Of course, severally, I have sounded warning to the public against attacking police officers on lawful duties. Attacks on our men is unacceptable. We don't accept attack on police officers carrying out their lawful duties. Severally have appealed to the public that if they feel that they do not agree with the conduct of a police officer, they should please report that police officer to the authorities. Every state has a command commissioners of police. Every division has a DPO. Every area has area commander. We also have the complaint response units in all the states of the Federation, and their phone numbers have been displayed.
Now, we could see clearly that the IG of police is kind of trying to maybe advocate for the bandits, saying that if they want to kind of submit themselves, surrender, that they are ready to welcome them and they are ready to maybe grant them amnesty. We are seeing that clearly. And I'm just going to start with you, Sharon. Do you think, now we saw the speech or the statement by the US president, even after he mentioned or he designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, and then we saw how the presidency was working on securing or rescuing these children, these abducted church members and the children at KB school. And then this new video of the police making comment about the criminals that abducted these people. Do you have a different school of thought to what he said, or do you agree with him that they should be granted amnesty? That's the criminals.
Definitely not. I don't see the reason behind that. I don't see the sense behind that. So you're granting amnesty. When I saw that video and I read what he said, he was talking about the fact that any bandit that speaks peace or chooses to agree to a peace treaty would be treated differently, right? And I just don't understand why Nigeria has a different attitude towards bandits and towards Nigerian civilians. When you go out on the street, you see how the police brutalize Nigerians every day on the road, right? You see how they treat civilians who come out and tweet things. We saw what happened with Sore when he titled the president a criminal, and how DSS is always on his back asking that he be arrested and prosecuted. There are so many things that we have seen when it concerns just normal civilians going about their day, people that have been sentenced to death for protecting themselves against Fulani headsmen and things like that, right? It seems they have a different disposition towards the Nigerian civilian and bandits. They are more, they are ready to pamper them more, but they are ready to use the iron fist on Nigerians, and it's very confusing. I understand the security details might have different approaches, and there might be different approaches to not having a full-blown war. But at the end of the day, when you keep having lives that are lost, I just think it doesn't make sense on my own part. And I think it's insensitive when you treat people responsible for multiple deaths as though they just stole meat from the pots.
Exactly. Let me get your take, Genevieve.
Well, first off, I don't think Inspector General understands the meaning of bandits. Maybe he needs to check his dictionary to understand that word. Because if he understands the meaning of bandits, he wouldn't come to be subtle with people that have murdered countless lives brutally. It's not like they murdered this life like maybe just brutally. Some children were raped, starting from the Chibok girls' time down to now, and you are coming to say any bandit that want to surrender, I don't understand. Is this supposed to be something that they're supposed to come on media and give it, like, it's not supposed to be a topic for discussion. I understand that you want to, maybe, but maybe they have ways they do it in the police department and whatnot. But then again, what about the citizens? Just like Sharon said, they don't really care, because if they care, they'll be very, very careful with the words, with what they say, how they come to give out information on the media, but they don't care about the citizens. That's just the fact.
All right, let's talk about the president. He sets for, criminals, both the ones that are already cooking to sprout up and then the ones that are already more like energized. Let's talk about the president is setting, or the picture it is painting for these bandits to grant them amnesty. Sharon?
I just think it's emboldening them more. So I'm also seeing reports of the Zamfara attack where 25 women were abducted, although they've been rescued now. But within a week, we've seen numerous abductions, numerous kidnappings, just within a week now. This is a new week. We are seeing more abductions go. And I think this is the trajectory it's actually going to go on and continue on. That's path of continuous abduction, because there really is no threat to abducting anybody. And like I said earlier on one of our shows, it seems as though kidnapping and abduction has become a business without consequences, an illegal business but without consequence, and that is just a gold mine for all of these bandits. I just don't like or appreciate or applaud the way and manner in which these bandits are being treated after they have been caught. I don't think it is discouraging others. You sending out love or trying to give out love and being peaceful there are some times when, you know, there's a popular quote, but I'm going to rephrase now. In order to achieve peace, you have to also use violence. It is not just by trying to look cool. Now, there's also a situation whereby the points where you are supposed to raise your voice and try and show that you are maybe the man of the home, you go there and you act like you are being too peaceful. Now, in the situation where you are now supposed to be peaceful, you're not peaceful. We see this with, like I said earlier, the relationship between the Nigerian security agencies and ordinary Nigerian civilians and the bandits that we face. It's almost as though the bandits are being revered, and I just find that very disturbing.
Now, I remember what was it called? El-Rufai came out to say sometime on social media. He said, according to him, I don't know if I'll get, I'm quoting it verbatim, but I remember him mentioning that a repentant bandit is a dead one. So that we are not supposed to be granting amnesty to these bandits. We are supposed to be ending their lives as soon as possible. But I think people like Sheikh Gumi, as he called, is having a different perspective, and I would want us to take a look at the video of what he said during an interview with AIT. Let's take a look at the video.
We are under pressure to fight government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. So you remove the pressure, the need for the money is there. When you go there, you don't see any luxurious life. You don't see any luxurious life at all. They are living in huts. They have nothing. They drink sometimes from the stream. So I don't think we can say that they are used to a luxurious life that they won't live it. Actually, they don't even know it with all the money they get.
Sheikh, like you said, they are under pressure. Government is bombarding them, and according to what you say, they are saying that it looks like they are under attack. So maybe they are acquiring weapons to protect themselves. But then again, if the pressure is that much, why don't they renounce banditry? And are they also considering the lives of those that they are also taking, and the lives of people that they are also making, unlivable?
Okay, you see, if they leave banditry, they will have source of financing their war machine. The question you ask, why are they fighting them? You see, the herdsman has gone through a lot of hardship. No government has really actually sat down to see into their plight, to modernize them, to even spend anything. Not one kobo of our Nigerian budget goes to them. And now they feel they
So we could hear clearly what he said, that these bandits don't have enough funding, that the government does not add them to their budget. Now, this banditry that we are talking about are people that burn people's houses, innocent civilians' houses, burn churches, burn schools, abduct people. And we could see clearly one man is coming out to talk about them, saying that we should be remorseful towards them because life is equally hard for them. But let me get your take on that, Sharon.
It's the budget I don't understand. So you're saying from maybe the 2025 budget, we should have budget for bandits and terrorists. Maybe budget billions of naira to bandits and terrorists. Sometimes when people talk, I really question their sanity. You can't be saying and say some certain things. I really don't believe so. Because hearing somebody who claims to be educated speak in such a manner, it's really, really worrisome. Is this how bad our education system has really gotten us into? Because what effrontery is that, coming out on national TV to tell me that these people are not being treated well? Like, they should be alive. Oh, you think if this was the United States, we'll be having conversations like this? No wonder everybody is shivering because the United States president is saying that he would invade these terrorists, and everybody is trying to run helter-skelter because we have shielded these bandits for so long. Now, I'm just going to get to a point. The Nigerian military have come out to tell us that they have rescued the 38 church members in Kwara State kudos. I really applaud that. Now we're also seeing now that there was they claimed Zamfara attack, they rescued the 25 I don't know how true that is, but kudos to them. Now my question is, what happened to the bandits when you got them? Did they just release them? Was it what paint a picture of that conversation? How is it? What happened after? Were they arrested? We have been tell us that you have rescued. So it means that the Borno girls that we abducted, the reason they have not been released is because they have not made an effort. Because it doesn't look like a battle or a fight between these bandits and these government security agencies. I just think there's a whole lot of questions that they need to answer. They need to answer it ASAP.
Exactly. You know, when we had that, we had show in the morning, that is the morning pulse, I remember asking this question: why is it that nobody have provided accountability? Why is it that the military men are yet to answer some questions? How were these people freed? How were they rescued? Where the weapons that they used in kidnapping these people confiscated? What exactly are we looking at here? Are we looking at more criminal activities? What exactly? We need accountability on this. And then we are seeing Gumi. Let's come back to Gumi, which we were talking about earlier. You could see exactly what he said, that the federal government is not budgeting for them. So because of the fact that they can't make a living, or they can't survive because of the poor situation in the country, they now decided to toe the path of terrorism, to terrorize people, peaceful people. Now you could see clearly what he's saying, advocating for them, seeking for amnesty. And I remember the lady in AIT telling them that if they feel that life is too difficult and they feel like what the crimes they are isn't befitting, isn't good, that why is it that they don't kind of surrender themselves? Why is it that they don't end the terrorism attack? And you saw the response that he gave. But let me just get your take, Genevieve.
Oh God, I'm trying my best to put myself together. Okay, so he's requesting for amnesty for people that take ransoms and still kill their captive and captive the people that they are held on. Wow, that's very amazing. That's amazing coming from a clerk, a Muslim clerk, right? I don't know what to say. First of all, the Nigerian system is not holding us accountable. You know, they say they rescued people, and that's amazing. Just like Sharon said, where is the evidence that you actually rescue these people, the terrorists? Because I mean, these terrorist people, they're very good at their job. They even take videos of what they do, how they do it. So if they can do that, what happens to these security personnel, the government, to also show us things? Don't just give us half-baked food. Give us the full thing. Don't be giving us undone things. Process it well and give it to us. You know that you have done this thing.
You know, the questions I'm still asking, the question I'm still asking here is, why is it that Sheikh Gumi is still moving freely like a free man? I'm yet to understand it, because he has made some concerning statements on social media that we are yet to see him being apprehended and questioned exactly what he means by this. Because the way he talks about these bandits with passion, one would think that he might actually be part of them. Do you understand?
And hold him in place and interrogate them.
Yeah, in the same vein, we are still moving over to the second story, which tragedy struck again in Borno State. A suspected Boko Haram terrorist abducted 12 women in the Musa district of Askira UBA local government area. According to reports, the women, mostly farmers, were seized while returning from their farmlands around 5 p.m. on Saturday. The attack adds to a painful recurring pattern in the northeast, where farming communities remain easy targets for insurgents despite ongoing military operations. In a separate incident, the very next day, Boko Haram launched a 2-hour assault on Magumeri local government area, burning homes, vehicles, and shops. A chilling reminder that the terror group still retains the capacity to operate freely in rural territories. And the Borno State Public Relations Police ASP Nahum Das confirmed the abduction, saying an investigation has been launched and urging residents to remain calm. Now, I remember asking or seeking accountability for this particular people that terrorized and abducted children, women, and men in Kwara State Church, and we are seeing a fresh attack, not just one attack but 12 women that were abducted while returning from their farm by 5 p.m. and a fresh attack the next day, burning homes, vehicles, and shops. And I'm asking, how is it that these people have enough time? 12 hours attack. Does it mean that there is no security personnel in that area to actually fight or revolt against them? But let me get your take, Sharon, on this.
When it concerns this matter, I don't know how this happens. Like, I really can't wrap my head around it. It's super confusing if you try to make sense out of it. I mean, a 2-hour attack. Now, 2 hours is even little. There are situations that has happened, kidnappings and abductions that has happened that went on for hours, and nothing was done. No quick response. Or when you look at the Kebbi school attack, where the military that were deployed to that particular area, just less than an hour, just 45 minutes, they left that place, and I'm sure they were not far off. And boom, we saw the attack and the Kebbi girls were abducted. So that one is still confusing. Even till now, it is still very confusing. And the governor of Kebbi State has come out to ask the military what happened. And we are yet to get clarity on that. And when you look at other issues as well, was it Zamfara's governor that came out to say the other day that they know exactly where these people are, but yet he can't do anything because he cannot order the military to take action without the confirmation of the order from the presidency. Now, all of these things is just really confusing. Or is it what happened to the brigadier that died even after we thought all was well and he was working with the military troops and all of that, but he still got killed? Because obviously there seems to be a mold in our security ranks, but I just don't know if maybe the military people at the top are not thinking the same way we are thinking. I just think it's becoming, there's no way they can achieve anything good if they have moles and they have spies working for those bandits.
Well said. Now coming to you, Genevieve, you could see that this crimes is now normalcy, is now a daily activities, is now more like business for these people to survive. And I'm just going to ask, why is it that, because we've seen, if you check records, you see that these attacks and these abductions are mostly women. Why do you think that is possible? I don't know if you are in the better position to answer that, but I don't know if you can attempt that too.
Well, I think why it's mostly women is because they are trying to like give, create the next generation of bandits, create the next generation of terrorists. That is what they are trying to do. Because I can bet you now, the Chibok girls that was adopted like around how many years back?
2014.
Yes, 2014. I am sure that the present terrorists, the present bandits, could be children, offsprings from those Chibok girls. So maybe, women, they are the ones that procreate. So they are definitely abducting these children, these women. Even, oh God, I can't even imagine the things they are going to go through to procreate, to create the next generation, the next boundary, knowing fully well that the government is not going to do anything. Because if the government have been doing something about this boundary since 2014 it started, this will not come to this extent. Like, it's now like a normal daily dose of medicine. Like when you wake up, oh, where is the next place they're going to... Maybe it's Niger Delta. Let's just be waiting. That is what they are doing now. And the government, to be honest, the government, they don't really care.
Talking about the government, talking about the government, you can see citizens are already hopeless when it comes to, beckoning on the government or appealing to the government for safety or rescue. And now we remember the incident, what happened with Kwara State, what's it called, abductees, how they were rescued. It may seem as though it was actually because of the president's intervention in the matter. And are we seeing the president reacting swiftly to what happened recently, that is on Saturday, by rescuing those children? Are we seeing him redundant?
How long did it take to rescue the CAC?
It took about, let's say, 5 days.
Okay,
max.
so how long you're expecting to? No, maybe that one will take 1 month before the girls are back. I mean, first of all, I even want to say something I want to add. This banditry, they are bandits that are attacking all these rural areas. Check the whole state. You have to check. We have to start from the beginning. Most of these states, they lack security, and it brings me to ask question. All the budget that they are making, because I'm sure that the federal government are making budget for security, for whatnot, and where is it being implemented? It's not implemented. Each state is supposed to have very tight security, because I think I heard it somewhere on the internet. One of the people that experienced the banditry attack, the mother of the children, that's the 25 girls that was being attacked, the mother was saying that they were coming to the location, the parents, they were coming, and they saw their kids being taken away. Nobody could do anything. And it brings me to ask, what of the security? Is it that whole place, there is no security border or security station there that can come out, an emergency unit or something? So at the end of the day, all boils to the government not caring about the citizens.
It's quite, saddening and absurd and uncanny that this government are kind of reluctant or nonchalant about the lives of people that they are supposed to be protecting. Now, Sharon, there was a question I asked Genevieve, which is, why is it, or do you think that with how swift the president was concerning the Kwara State abduction, CAC abduction, do you think that he can actually intervene in rescuing these women, 12 women that is being abducted?
I think now we know that there's even a possibility of a rescue. Ever since we've been hearing abductions, the ratio to actual rescue, right, has been just not there at all. It's been 0 to 100 really. And just for the fact that we've seen the CAC church members who have been rescued, and the 51 claimed people that escaped from
yet
the
to
Niger,
see videos.
I don't know. I think it all still depends on probability. I think if I was to rate it or to predict, it's still on a maybe 70 or 80-20 scale, right? Just 20% or 2% out of 10. This is just one out of many abductions, and we'll be able to see a rescue. Even the rescue, we don't still know the details of the rescue. We don't know if the people, how they went about it, where the bandits are right now. So all of these details are very worrisome. So up until I see maybe more rescue, actual videos of people like we saw with the Kwara church members, then maybe yes, we believe that the presidency has the capability to rescue people that have been abducted.
All right, I believe we'll keep you updated on new development on this new or fresh attack, and we still seek accountability. We still need to ask the military men, the security operatives, questions on how they were able to rescue the say 38 people they rescued from CAC church, because for me it is quite absurd that in your place of worship, the place where you're supposed to find peace, comfort, and worship the God that made you or brought you to where you are, you're left to the hands of terrorists. It's quite sad, and nobody should experience that. Our heart goes out to those people that are still trying to heal, because I know this was quite a traumatic event in their lives, and I pray that God will give them the fortitude to actually be consoled. I believe that they will still go for rehabilitation if the government will provide that, and more counseling to see if, I mean, their mindset can actually, you know, change. But this is where we are going to call it a wrap. You watching us, please continue to seek accountability and remember to stay safe. The country right now, I really don't know what's going on, but we are seeing it. We wake up every day and we're hearing bad news everywhere, and it is that time where you have to guard yourself. Since the government is not maybe there to protect you, if they are protecting you, we'll still see the fruition of that. But for now, I believe people should try as much as possible to stay safe. Don't go out at night, because we know most of the times this is how it's at night that they operate. But thank you so much, Sharon and Genevieve, for helping me dissect these issues. I appreciate you. Thank you for always lending your voice to the cause for change in the country. My name is Ifoma Oji, and the show you just watched is Aside Hot right here on Active Citizens. We will see you in the evening for more updates and more political discussions. If you're yet to follow us across all social media platforms, now is the right time to do so. You can find us across all social media platforms at Active Citizens. Till we see you in the evening for more discussions. Have a wonderful day.